Hey, what's going on, people? It's Guns Rider from Next Gen Tactics. And I'm going to take you through Nuketown. Remember, this is what I show you. I call it tactical, but it's tactical slash counter rush type gameplay on this. And I'm not saying there's a big problem, I think, right now in Search and Destroy. And maybe it's because there's a lot of new players in this game. I mean, if we've got record sales of Black Ops, that means that there's going to be a lot of new players that have never played this before. Now, what I show you is not, you never want to sort of spawn camp. That's absolutely useless. People still do it. I come across it and it annoys the crap out of me. You want to be in a position where you're safe, but you're also in a position where you can guard, like on defense here. Take the house. This position here I'm showing you because it's absolutely the safest way to be positioned in order to, and now this Claymore here, as a side note, I would definitely say put the Claymore to the rear, because if someone's rushing, like if you have a spider bite on the other side, they're going to find a way to rush through, and if they flank you, that's where you're sort of highly susceptible. So I would have actually taken that Claymore now and placed it to the rear, facing the rear, and then focusing forward. That way I don't have to worry about anyone coming from behind and knifing me or shooting me in the back. I think I nailed this guy here. Again, I know it was 1v3 or 4 for him, so, I mean, he was camping there because likely he needed to cull the numbers. He was trying to take a safe position so that he could snag 1 or 2 and balance it off. So I don't actually blame him for camping in that spot, especially when you're in a clutch situation anymore, like even a 2-to-1, you want to play very cautious. And as I said before, you're going to see, I'm going to be going through here. That Claymore is not necessarily to kill, but to at least notify me, let me know if someone's actually entered the bomb area. And that way I'll know if they're trying to plant that damn bomb. There you go. So the Claymore goes off. Obviously someone came in there, and if that's one of the bomb sites, there's a good chance, just like that guy probably grabbed the bomb after, that they were planting the bomb. When you're staying in a position like this, you're going to be able to hear, at least, I mean, I have Astrowave 40s. I can hear when they're actually planting. I can hear them pressing the buttons in this. I mean, I don't know if they're going to patch it later, but for now, you can absolutely, with a good headset, hear them planting the bomb, which you couldn't do in previous versions. You could hear them diffusing when they were doing that, but you couldn't hear them planting, and I can hear them pressing the buttons on the phone every single time. Now, obviously, in this situation, we are sort of outnumbered, I believe. It's Fisher and myself. So we're trying to take a tactical position. The other reason why I'm taking this position is I know where the bomb is. I know that the bomb is in there. So what you do, instead of camping the area, which is highly dangerous, likely to get spammed with either a Semtex or a frag grenade, remove yourself, put yourself in a position where it's not, you're not likely, yeah, I mean, I died there, but I mean, we took out 2 people. It was unlucky. Nonetheless, I remove myself from the situation because most times when the actual enemy's coming in, they're gonna, and they know the bomb is there, and they know that everyone keeps getting killed there, they're gonna look for something that's close, either inside the house, around the outside perimeter, the parameters of the game, outside perimeter. And so because I was really outside of that normal zone, you know, I'll call it, quote, normal zone, where people would normally hang out to camp the bomb, you remove yourself from that, and typically people will not be looking in that area, and that's how I was able to get those 2 kills there. Quite easily done. And again, remember, when you're playing this, I don't rush necessarily on this. It's quite dangerous, especially with all the new players on here that do camp their spawns. On defense, I am not running into friggin' Claymores and everything like that. I refuse to bite it on Claymores just because, you know, I want to go and get some kills. When I'm on defense, I camp one of the bomb sites. I camp one of the bomb sites because there's no need for me to go rushing it, especially if I have a player, or I should say a teammate that plays like Spider Bite. And in this case, we have Fisher and Bentley who are aggressive. They're rushers. I don't need to do that, and someone needs to stay back in case they end up getting killed by Claymores, or the other team are like really good campers or tactical like me. I do a lot of counter rushing. Depending on how the other team is, if they tend to be very aggressive and are rushing at me, I will take a position farther back from what I call the confrontation line. Confrontation line is the point in which if you had an SMG class and you had lightweight and marathon and you sprinted right towards the enemy, and the same thing on the other side, if the enemy player had the same setup and was sprinting right towards you, it's that confrontation line is the point in which you actually engage the enemy. And normally, in any case, you want to sprint to that area there. But if the other team is highly aggressive, you want to sort of get back from that confrontation line, somewhere back, but still in a position to protect the bombs. The whole point on defense is to protect those bombs, and you cannot do that if you're running into the actual spawn area. I realize that, you know, with rushes you can kill them, but you need to have a teammate that's actually going to protect this, because you run a very, very high risk of getting killed by claymores or spawn campers on the other side when you rush. I'm not saying it's not effective by any means, because Spider Bite, you know, is the king of rushing. But in terms of balancing the team, you need to have someone who's tactical like this. Staying in the house when I'm doing this, and the reason why I placed that claymore there, again, optimized, you'd want to face it back. But the reason why I stay in the house and sort of watching that, I mean, number one, I always get one or two rushers. There's always going to be a rusher on the other side. So my plan in every single game that I ever play is kill that rusher. Kill the rusher, or if there's two of them, kill them first and minimize the damage. Like, take their numbers down. There's always going to be people that are rush, but if you can at least get rid of two of them, that's less problems for you in the future, and then you can start moving forward. Even if the odds are stacked against you, usually, and the way I look at it is rushers are easy kills. They tend to go blazing through. They don't think about friggin' claymores. They are not expecting it, and so you must take a tactical position. And the safest way to do so in Nuketown is in the house. Stay within the house, because it provides you with tremendous advantage in terms of people just randomly chucking grenades or semtex. So you want to sort of take that position. And I don't think this very last one here is kind of a waste for me. My team, again, Fisher and Bentley are very, very highly skilled rush gamers. So here I am driving in this car around like it's fun. Wee, look at me. Meanwhile, they're going and annihilating everyone and just slaughtering them. I don't find anyone. Basically, I just wasted the entire round driving the RC car around, and then they end a round. There you go. Anyway, remember, the style that I'm showing you here on Nuketown is not aggressive. It is sort of counter-rush, and it provides you with maximum safety. On defense, it's about camping the bomb targets, not camping your spawn. You don't do your team any good if you camp the spawn, but it provides you with a tactical position to actually defend the bomb sites. Anyway, I'm Guns for Hire. Peace. Get the latest updates and stay in touch with the NGT community with their all-new Facebook application. Check the description of the video for details.